What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of KozMatt's Wrestling Recap. Let's get right into the last Raw on the USA Network, and it started off with a bang, with the New Day coming out, absolutely being booed out of the building by the whole crowd. What did you think about the show, Matthew?
Was the eve before Netflix, I guess you could say.
Absolutely.
Last televised Raw on cable on USA. How did they open the show here? I was really curious how they were going to run this show tonight. They gave us a nice video package, about Raw on USA for what, 30 friggin' years. So the way they opened it was cool here. Joe Tessitore and Wade Barrett's they open the show. They're not on commentary. They're alongside the commentary table, but they had the crowd in the back, and it was different. I feel like that's how they're going to open up the show on Netflix. They kind of gave us a little teaser. They're talking about Jey Uso and how he is scheduled to start the show. New Day interrupt, actually, before Jey Uso can even, make his way out. Just booed. It's kind of like when Dominic Mysterio comes out. He just gets booed the hell out of the arena. Basically just trash talking here. They were distracted and allowed Drew McIntyre to attack as Jey Uso kind of made his presence felt here. Drew McIntyre, man, he always gets the very last say. But let's just say Jey Uso, his promo here against the New Day, just it kicked. It did good. The crowd was just they were going nuts for Jay, not gonna lie here. They kind of just walk up the ramp and that was it. And then out comes Drew McIntyre to attack Jey Uso to finish this segment here. But it just was nuclear heat for the New Day, just to show them just for a few minutes. And then, Drew McIntyre getting a kind of final say with Jey Uso before next week, which they have a singles match on Raw on Netflix.
Yeah, absolutely. Adam Pearce making that official later on in the night. Two total polar opposite ends of the spectrum, with Jey Uso just being absolutely loved by the crowd and New Day being booed out of the building. Solo Sikoa providing that distraction to Jay, allowing Drew McIntyre to hit a vicious Claymore kick. Couldn't ask for a better way to kick off the show. And we had an excellent match kick off the show as we saw Otis take on
Mm.
Chad
From
Gable.
from being booed with the New Day to Chad Gable being booed.
Uh,
Um, it was a long running rivalry between these two, and I was hoping tonight would kind of, well, hopefully be the end of it, but I just don't think that's the case. Maxine Dupree and Tozawa kind of attempted to, I guess, intercept Ivy Nile, who tried to interfere, but Ivy took some more influence and defeated Otis, but I don't think this is it for Otis. I really don't know. Are they going to keep Alpha Academy together? Or are they going to have Otis and Gable go one more time? Because it wasn't the cleanest win. If they want to run it back, I guess go for it. That's
yeah,
about all I got to say there.
I agree with you. Just one thing that is absolutely impressive is seeing the big man and Otis move the way he does,
Mhm.
but also seeing Chad Gable able to hit a suplex on the man that size is just absolutely incredible. This led us right into some backstage drama with the Judgment Day once again,
Mm.
planting the seeds of Liv and Finn not getting along, and I'm very curious to see what happens from here for the women.
Before we get to that, I'm going to interrupt you there. Liv Morgan wasn't at the show tonight, right? But we still saw some type of, like you said, there was some frowning upon with Finn Balor and Raquel here. When everybody listens to Finn, they win.
Ugh.
We'll see if this is going to continue to be the case, but I think we're slowly starting to see some seeds planted for this dissension with Finn Balor or whatnot. R-Truth enters next for his scheduled match against Pete Dunne, but Pete just beat him down before the match even happened, and it just was all thrown out the window. Strange, odd, whatever it is. I wish the show was 3 hours so we could have gotten this, but you could tell it was just kind of some filler here. Zoe
But
Stark and
your girls, baby.
Dakota
PSP.
Kai. All
Uh,
right. I was really pulling for Kai here.
me
If there was somebody who was going to take the W in this match, it would totally be her, and it totally was. Stark is, I will say, I feel like they kind of they're trying to push Zoe Stark, but it's just not. I don't want to say it's not working, but it's not doing it for me. or it's just not delivering. But Stark had a good match here, but it just wasn't enough. Thank gosh Dakota Kai got the W, but she is headed to the finals next week against either it's Io Sky, which we'll get to that, or it's Lara Valkyria, which will happen later on tonight. Damian Priest and the War Raiders versus Judgment Day.
What a tag
War
team
Raiders,
match.
yep, the War Raiders, your new WWE Tag Team Champions, World Tag Team Champions. Damian Priest here, he looked high in this match for the only probably minute that he was in the match. I mean, the War Raiders were basically dominating the whole match and tagged in Damian Priest kind of last minute. Priest and the War Raiders defeat the Judgment Day. But let's just talk about one thing before we move on to something here. Judgment Day has new music. Now,
Oh,
with what they're doing with the Judgment Day, did they need new music? Sure. But
I
but
I'm
was
not
it
a fan.
good?
I'm not a
Nah,
fan.
man, I wasn't a fan either.
Ugh.
It's just something about it. But moving next, we'll see if they keep it or if they end up changing it. Because WWE's been changing theme songs lately. If they hear the crowd doesn't like it, I think that's what you know. Hopefully, will happen with this one because I'm not a fan of it. But Ludwig Kaiser out next. He's not bad on the mic, man.
He's good.
He kind of
62.
demanded our gratitude before calling out Braun Breaker. Instead, it was Sheamus. Rush the ring, bro kicks, the twat Ludwig Kaiser, and this kind of ends that. But they're continuing this Sheamus Ludwig spiel, and I guess we'll take it. But backstage, before we move on here, I wanna talk about Rey Mysterio propping up Otis, who was backstage, to be interrupted by the New Day. And then the New Day basically just exchanged words here, verbal words, with Rey Mysterio saying, "You want to start, you want to get in this ring here." Don't know what they were aiming at, but it took me a second here. They were just kind of trash talking each other. And then Rey Mysterio says, "You guys seem like you want to pick a fight." The rest of LWO is behind him, right? But it doesn't seem like Rey's going to pick any of them for the match, hopefully, which will happen soon, I would assume next week on Netflix with Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. It's just starting some semantics here. I think we all know who it's going to be.
Oh boy, you know it.
Yep. I really think we know who it's going to be, and we kind of got more of that final say with who is it going to be on
Say
on
maybe a
on
future
on Raw. And
a
I'll tell
past
you,
member of the
it's gonna
AEW roster, maybe,
mm,
maybe. Hint, hint, hint.
possibly. I
Uh,
guess he doesn't have any fear, so we'll
uh,
see. We'll see who it is. Oh man, when they showed that commercial with not just the zero with the slash through it, but like that mask and those eyes, everybody knew right away.
I,
Kind of wish they saved it, but I mean, we all knew who it was anyways.
dude, let's get right into our
Lyra Valkyria and
final.
Io Sky.
Yeah, dude,
Go
this
for
was
it.
a great match. Very
Oh,
technical. Both women are high flyers, not afraid to put it all in the ring. This match ended in a kind of interesting fashion with a Okada roll with Lyra Valkyria picking up the win over Io Sky.
yeah. So Sky went for an over the moonsault, and Lyra moved out of the way basically here, and Sky landed on her feet, kind of tweaked her knee, and just a series of like counters and just a final pinfall by Valkyria. It wasn't sloppy though. It was very well done.
It was
These
very
two are
technical and
they're
awesome. Yeah.
so good in the ring together. Lyra, I mean, she's something different. Her technicality in that ring, the way they can move in reverse moves is better than a lot of the men that I've seen.
Oh
I'll
boy.
be honest with you. They do really well, and I pray if it's gonna be the outcome of Lyra, they push her to the moon. But we'll see how they go. But we got Lyra and Dakota Kai. I was hoping for a Dakota Kai Io Sky because damage control and
Yeah.
whatnot. But good stuff. If they go through with this, I'm hoping Lyra picks up the dub. Main event: Seth
We,
Rollins, CM Punk
we have
under
to
the
get
same
to
roof.
it.
This is
Here we
how
go.
they were, advertising it. Monday Night Raw, CM Punk, Seth Rollins under the same roof before Raw on Netflix.
Uh,
Great exchange of words. Both men talking about their past. Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, the Shield, breaking up the Shield, CM Punk leaving the WWE. Kind of the same thing they've been talking about the past few months, ever or year since CM Punk returned. But they're pushing it at us. It's working. Punk references Vince. Seth references AEW. There's tension, but I'm happy it went the way it did. Great promo. Great way to end the show. But I kind of wish they gave us more. Maybe they attack each other. They just ended Raw, the last Raw on televised cable, with just a stare down. No attack, no surprises, no nothing. Just a stare down between Punk and Rollins after they exchange words. I was expecting a little more just because it's the last Raw on USA, but it still pumped me up for Netflix. And that was their job, to pump us up for Netflix. But just, man, I wish we got a little more something out of this main event. But nonetheless, I mean, they had a really good back and forth confrontation. Just wish
They
they could attack each other.
they're keeping us on the edge of our seat for that first Raw on Netflix. I can't wait. I'm like a little kid. There was an advertisement for the start of John Cena's Go Home tour, man, his
I
retirement
think he
tour.
shaved his head bald, or
Oh,
not bald, but he went back to that buzz cut. And if
it's
we're getting buzz cut Cena, he better win a damn title, dude. I'll tell you.
it's
But
the
nonetheless, I mean, I'm pumped. We'll see everybody on Saturday morning for a SmackDown recap, and Netflix just 6 days away, 2025.
it's the start of something special. The John Cena retirement tour, bringing in the new year. It's going to be a great one for wrestling, and I can't wait to see what happens next.
You
Let us
got
know.
it, dude.
Absolutely. Let us know what you guys thought about the show. Always like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you guys next time. Until then, peace out.
Peace.
This has been KozMatt. Thanks for watching.